Hello everyone, welcome back to the Grim Dawn melee dual-wielding pistol user walkthrough. Let me see, I believe we had just concluded the entire fiasco involving the Dermepterans, so now we are, I believe we also did, yes, we did do the conflagration as well, so we will be picking up right into the Pine Barrens, which again should be pretty quick, because this series of quests is primarily just hunting down and eliminating single targets, which is kind of what the build specializes in. So this shouldn't really be too much of a problem. But yes, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I had myself a delightful 3-day weekend. I think what I'm going to do is, up until now, the only day I haven't been uploading on was Sunday. I think I'll switch that to just the weekends, so I do have a chance to relax, to work on some other projects. I did work on something else on this. Actually, I worked on 2 other things on this side that have yet to be released. You will eventually see these. But I was able to work on them in a much more relaxing manner because I kind of dedicated the weekend to just relaxing and working on these. So I'll probably just, for the most part, the only real change will be just stopping the Saturday uploads, just because I'll have the 5 uploads over the week. I think I'm overdoing it slightly on uploads, both in terms of my own personal schedule, and now I'm in trouble because I've just gotten the attention of all those people, both for my own personal time and such. So that'll primarily be, if there's a 3-day weekend, I'll take the 3-day weekend, but you'll have the 5 videos from the, well, actually, I'm uploading about 3 videos a day, so you'll have like 15 videos over the week, which I'm doubting everyone is, even if you're a constant viewer, you're probably not watching all 15 videos over the course of the week. If you are, thank you, but I am concerned about your time management. Although if you have the time management, absolutely go for it. I just don't know. But I doubt people have that kind of time to just sit there and watch 15 videos in a week, if you even do watch all of my videos. So, having the 2 days over the weekend to catch up if you want to is probably better for everyone involved, both for my timing, my own relaxation, your timing, your relaxation. So I'll probably be doing that. So yeah, you're only going to see, well, based on the rate of actual 3-day weekends present in the American holiday calendar, this would come out to be 1 weekend, 1 week every month, having roughly 4 days of videos, and then there are other weeks having 5 days of videos, with about 1 3-day weekend occurring per month, usually, approximately, and of course your average weekends for the rest of the month. So I think we'll do that. Because it was a nice, relaxing weekend. I didn't really have anything to worry about in particular. It was pretty nice. Just chilled. Anyways, with that being said, we are obviously going to have some small issues here with the manticores, because we do have, unfortunately, low poison acid resistance. This is something of a small issue. Oh, wait, we kind of need that vital essence, but I want to wait till the bleeding ends. There we go. Come on, there you go. And we'll just pop up here, and you know what, we'll actually take these guys on, because they're not going to be too much of a problem once the, everything pops. Get rid of you really quick, there you go. And kaboom. Don't you heal him, there you go. You were too late on that one, you were trying. He started the motion. You back there. You know what is my pierce resistance? 39? That's not great, okay. I was going to say I don't need to be concerned about you, but I kind of do. This other guy's blocking my way. Can you stand still for a second? Thank you. Why don't you all just approach me? That's fine. So you dare approach me. There we go. There we go. That was a bit of a spot, but we got it. Let's see if I can lure any people over without bringing the entire stinking queen over here, because that would be really nice. Another hero. That's exactly what I needed. How did you know? Amidst all of these 50 gazillion manticores that I'm not exactly strong against right now either. So this is just a delightful combination that, yes, killed me. Surprise. Anyways, We're almost at level 35, so we're pretty soon going to be able to put conflagration on, which will be of big help, which will be a huge help. So there is that. I should have put down a rift, honestly, but I was not paying attention. I'm still trying to get back into my groove. We can drop off our Manticore Venom while we're here, though. There you go. Alright, we can sell that because this build is not even remotely interested in utilizing poison acid. And for some reason we can't... I'll try and store it just to prove the point, but I'm pretty sure you can't put it in storage. Retrospectively, I'm only 90% sure that I can't. Actually, I'm going to amend that to 98% sure, but there's always a 2% chance that I'm wrong, so we'll double check. But I'm really not thinking that I can store that. So we're just going to make our quick run back here. The queen herself shouldn't be too difficult if we can get the first hit in. That's going to be the crux of this issue, really. Oh, no, we don't need to go that way. We're going the wrong way. There we go. And we'll go ahead and slap a rift there, just in case we have a repeat incident. Hello. Good old Deathbringer Raiment, which I clearly don't need because I'm not a necromancer, nor do I do vitality damage. Thank you, and good night. Anyways, let's see if we can get some, No? Alright, the hero did not come over. There you are. We'll just bring you over here, take care of you really quick. See, the problem here is that you don't stun at all. That was the issue there, which I did not realize initially. Okay, so let's take on... Oh, wait, hold on. Let's take out some of these other dweeps first. There we go. Can I take you out without having to use another stun jax? Yes. Can I take you out without it drawing her attention? No. Nope, that is a big no. Alright, we're gonna go over here and find Briar Thorns, because that's exactly what I needed right now. Where's that? There he is. Darn it, I cannot hit him. I did not need to take that then either. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'll thank you to back the heck up. Thank you. Alright, nope, come on, there you go. Come on. Alright, she is hitting much harder with her poison than I was anticipating, so we're going to have to do this in kind of, there you go. She dodged 2 of those, that's unfortunate. That's because she's, fairly narrow. There we go. I don't know what that one floating in space was about, but okay. That was okay. I could have hit with more of those if I'd really been trying. See, like that. That was good. I just let you bite me. That's cool. Well, that was a good throw in return, so... That was good. Not only did I hit her with all of those, I was able to easily dodge that. Only 1 missed. That's good. That's probably from the angle that I threw them at. That was kind of a strange angle. It's on this kind of weird hill here. That was good. That was good. Took advantage of the angle that time. She was kind of slanting into me, so let's see if we can... that was not a good shot. Well, let me rephrase that. I hit all my stun jacks, but she got me in return. No. That was a desperation throw, I'm gonna be honest. She almost killed me there. That was really bad. There we go. Alright, so that's done. That even took us less than 10 minutes, which is fairly nice. Okay, so we're gonna just move on here. Zip on over to Bloodbrier's lair, which is somewhere, it's always the unmarked one, which is of course Painy. Get out of here. So we're just gonna run on over here and see if we can find this quickly. Now this is the ideal point at which to enter this area, because sometimes it's just right up here. There it is. I can see it right there. There's a totem right there too, but we're going to wait on the totem because obviously since this is unmarked, it's kind of tough to relocate. So we're just going to come in here really quick and deal with this. The totem is way easier to find than this is. There you go. Come on, pick that up. There you go. Hold on, wait for this guy to roar so he can, yep, get in range. Alright, you're going to be a bit of a tiff, aren't you? There you go. Alright, we're good. We are all set. And now we're just going to run up here, take care of this problem. And... boom. I just ran into that because I was not paying enough attention. There we go. Great, thank you, Mr. Skeleton. Too spoopy for me. Okay, fantastic. And let's see if we can lure them all into a beautiful cluster like that. Let's see if we can get some more people in here, yeah? There you go. You dodged the whole episode, but that's okay, because we can just do this. And problem solved. Delightful. Delightful. Alright, so our bleeding resistance is 21, so this is going to be fairly interesting. Definitely would have preferred more bleeding resistance at this particular juncture for him, but, you know, we'll just throw down a rift here and see what happens. Well, at the very least, we can eliminate these cronies before we actually get to the meat of the program here. We'll let the Constitution heal us up, grab the Vital Essence, hit puberty really quick, it's all good. And we have more people here than meets the ear. This could be problematic. That was a good throw, though. I hit a lot of people with that one. Oh, you've got people here. You've got friends over. Okay. A good throw. Bloodbriar is taking most of these just because of how absolutely massive he is, which is fine, but it does kind of inhibit our ability to eliminate... Okay, that was good, but we didn't need all those for that one dude. You can actually throw these from obviously much farther away, as you probably noticed. Not that far away, though. I just ate one of those for absolutely no reason. I keep running into them. No, don't stop and shoot him. There we go. Let's, yeah, use a potion there. I think I ran into one of those, but it didn't look like I did. I heard the noise like I ran into one, but I'm pretty sure visually I did not. I ran into that one there the second time, definitely. Good. This is generally where you're going to want to fight him. You may have noticed, I never actually have talked about this, but this actually has a little bit more space with which to kind of run rings around him if you need to. So this is generally where you're going to fight him if you're a ranged character of any variety. Alright. A bunch of equipment I don't need. Now we're going to go down and kill Ungoliacs. I believe that's their name. First we're going to check for these... Yep, okay, some food, that's good. Hopefully there's more potions. Yes. Good. Oh, lots of them. Nice. And down we go. Nice quick journey. Hello. Hello. Alright, we're going to loop around a little bit here and take you all out at one go. We're going to apparently gather up more of you and do not quite as good of a job, but that's fine. That was alright. Boom. A little overkill, but that's okay. I wanted him dead so I could use my Constitution piece. I'm surprised I wasn't ambushed by any spiders along that path. There usually is an ambush. That was a terrible throw. What the heck happened there? What is this? Wait a minute, we're having a problem here. That's strange, but okay. And they just died in midair. That was kind of... What is going on here? This one cave today is very odd. What are we doing here? What exactly? Can somebody please sit down and explain to me why the spider children are dying by themselves? Why my stunjacks seem to be going unusually vertical, and why I keep running through poison today. I didn't wake up this morning just to walk through some poison today. That is not what I woke up for. I feel victimized, and I need protection. And boom. No. The Stunjacks went wild again. Alright. Can we... There we go. I think we got stuff done. Hey, fellas. Alright. So that was a event. I guess I'll put it as. Oh, hello. Delightful. Okay, yes, chew on all of me. That is fine. This is not going to go well. We're going to throw a rift right up here. That is a terrible place to throw a rift. That was not where I wanted that rift to wind up, but okay. And I am now thoroughly cornered. This could get very ugly very quickly. I somehow forced my way through the crowd. Not sure how I managed that. I'm fairly confident that is not how physical bodies work, but okay. We're gonna just run with that. I mean, it's great. I was able to get out alive. I can't even run because there's so many spiders around that my character automatically starts shooting at them. It's very... And I'm cornered again. Oh, wait, we can run this way and throw some stunjacks back and then pray very desperately. Please leave me alone. Is Ungoliax still following me? Yes, they are. Okay, we gotta take out Ungoliax because, quite frankly, the tide of spiders does not end until Ungoliax is no longer among us. And considering how sus Ungoliax is, this is fine. Oh, wait, we can run this way. We should do this immediately. Ungoliax, please come around the corner. Please, thank you. This is not a pleasant fight. I was expecting this to not go great, but I was not expecting it to go this south this quickly. Alright. Ooh. If you have arachnophobia, I'm very sorry. This is going absolutely atrociously. There are little tiny spiders running around everywhere, just all over the real estate here. And there's spiders back there for some reason. Why? Are those Ungoliaxes? What is this? Excuse me? Are those the spiders I was expecting to ambush me, but never did? And they're just now showing up? Which seems to be a common problem with me. I don't know anymore. Alright. Oh yeah, that was not a bad throw. Not a bad throw, but I am almost out of life potion, and Ungoliax is hiding behind a rock, which is not how I want this to go. Thank you for finally dropping dead, but you still have children left behind these, unless these aren't your children. Which is distinctly possible. Oh, they are not just your children. Okay. So some of these are, in fact, random spiders that were supposed to attack me earlier, but just decided not to. For reasons. Which will remain unknown. Okay. That's delightful. I'm so glad we had this conversation. Anyways. Oh my goodness, that's not what we want. Oh boy. Alright, so these gloves are very good, actually. We have a lot of nice resistances here. We have bleeding resistance, which we need. We lose some pierce resistance, which is a little unfortunate, but we do gain some elemental resistance. We're probably, actually, I can guarantee you, we're gonna pretty much overcap on a lot of the elemental here, but that's okay, considering the overall resistances are better. That is something we definitely want. So we are now going to actually exit out this north door. We don't need to continue south, in all honesty. This is going to bring us farther away from the totem we are going to want to clear. Oops. Right afterwards. And then we're going to make, obviously, a quick run into the Fortress of Doom and kill what's-his-name? Whatever his name is. I cannot remember for the life of me. Excuse me. Okay, we have a whole mob here. And a shaman, of course. I was expecting one, but every once in a while you get a group... Actually, there's the second one right over here. I am completely surrounded, and I just walked into the den of these dweebs. Alright. That's alright. Sure. I guess we'll just work with it. My goodness. We're just gonna shoot you to death, because we're gonna have to deal with this huge mob over here. I shouldn't have used a health potion there. To be really honest, that was a waste. That was a terrible throw, too. Alright, fine. There we go. Alright, and this looks like our way to... Yes, very nice. Oh, wait, we haven't done the totem, which I believe is up here. Yes, I do believe I'm correct on this. Put a rift up. Yep, there it is. Yeah, we're gonna gather you all up. Slap you there. Come around here. Find another shaman and a few more dudes. Take care of them really quick. Alright. Take these guys out. Go over here. Take you out. That is not where I wanted to put that specifically, but alright. Yes, we'll just work with that. Use the Constitution. That was good. That was a better throw anyways than what my last one was. You are hiding behind a cart. You have absolutely no right to be waving your weapon at me and taunting. Saucy dweeb. We're gonna go ahead and buy some health potions because, let's be honest, I desperately need them. Sell everything because we're not interested in any of this stuff. Except for these gloves, which we're going to put over there. That's fine. And we'll sell this because I know for a fact I'm not going to want to use it. Did I just accidentally? It doesn't matter. There we go. And now we take care of this totem really quick, and then we progress to the wonderful world of, okay, deep trouble, deep hurting. Yes, indeed. Alright. We're just going to activate that potion because I'm slowed, and that's going to just go very badly for me. Okay, so some of the regulars were gone. That was mostly a good throw. One of them went wild, but that's alright. That was a terrible throw. It worked way better than it should have, in any stretch of the imagination. And they are now cutting me off pretty actively, which is disturbing, and I need to be going about this much slower. That was a really good throw for me. Okay, that was an excellent throw. I hit a lot of them with that one shot. One of them is about to die. That's one of them dead. Actually, I think it was two of them dead. Got some extra pops in there. Use a healing potion because I'm poisoned. Go ahead and do that. Hero will come over a little faster, except he's not. Just because I'm paranoid at this point. Yeah, bring it on. There you go. And you should die from the internal trauma. Yes, you are. Uh-oh. Did not realize there was a manticore right there. Could not see behind the totem. I still can't really see behind the totem. I know there's a golem here. There we go. Or a shambler, whatever you want to call him. You're not going to die from the internal trauma either. Dodge that punch really quick. Just shoot you to death really quick. Okay, shockwave, not a problem. We can absorb that, and we can just use the Constitution to heal that back up. There we go. Herald's Jacket. Great. Really needed one of those, obviously. Okay, so here we are. And now we're going to go ahead and run to the fortress, where the close quarters will benefit us in the group setting, but once we... Well, the boss's room is large enough where we shouldn't really have any kind of issue with that, honestly, so I'm not actually that concerned. And boom. And what's this? Oh, kaboom. How delightful. And there we go. And there we go. Okay, I am a bit premature here, but wipe you guys out. Not die. That would be great. Thank you. Can we not do this, please? Thank you. We'll go ahead and... Okay, the spread failed. Kind of. Actually, can we lure you over here really quick? Yes. Now, the only reason I was able to pull that off is because I was uphill and they were downhill, so it was naturally going to kind of roll and fall down the hill to the other guy. If I had been on an even surface with them, that probably would not have hit the second guy at that point from that far away. So that's the only reason why I did that there. And I think we just come up here, right? Yeah. No. Come up here. There we go. I'm gonna peek around. Okay, there's actually nobody else I can shoot, so that's fine. You can just be taken down regularly. There we go. Oh, there's a totem over there. Hold on. What would be the smoothest way of getting over there? It looks like it's farther up, so actually I think what we're gonna do is go through the break in the right-hand wall over here, so we can clear this out really quick. Throw that really wild out there. Kind of worked. Didn't hit the one guy I was trying to hit with it, though. There we go. Throw another really long-range one. There you go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on how much space is going on and how many enemies you're actually trying to target. That's going to be trash. Didn't think that bush was going to block as many as it did. Throw another long range one. That's not going to work. We need to come in much closer. Alright, good. You're going to need full... Okay, you're going to need a couple of handfuls of these. Okay, that's fine. And... the finish. Take that guy out too. That was a little late. I should have used that a little earlier. Hit both of them. Alright, so... it's farther down than I expected, but that's alright. That was an okay throw. It went a little more northwards than I was really wanting it to go. Why don't you just dodge everything I throw? That's great. Throw that over there, why not? And now we're just going to come over here and throw it a medium distance. That arced way more than I thought it was going to. That's fine. That was good. That was exactly where I wanted that to go. Finish you off. We can just shoot you regular, honestly. Alright, now that we've finally dealt with that mob, can we just get rid of you really quick? Yeah, it's easy. Okay. So the trick here is to activate this and deal with this without necessarily triggering the boss dude, who is somewhat nearby, I believe. Just take care of all of that problem. Alright, there's some guys right down there we're going to want to get rid of first, because they're going to help out here, and that's not really what we want. That was good. And we had level 35, which is a pretty big deal. I'm going to get rid of you really quick so we can focus on this guy. Alright, good. So we're going to equip this right off the top. I did not mean to activate that then. Okay, hold up. Hold up. No. Wait a minute. That's... just ripped out of here. I want to go and readjust my skill points because we can now get the aura of conviction, which is what we want. They'll probably be waiting for me when I get back, which is somewhat concerning. These are the gloves we want. These we can now equip, so we're going to go ahead and do so. Sell all these. We are probably at this particular point, because of how much damage we've been taking as of late, we're going to want to switch to the Herald's set. We have several of these, so we can store this, we can put this on, put this back. We're going to keep our energy regen the way it is, because that's why I haven't really needed any kind of help in that regard. And of course we have the Herald's Ward. We have a couple of different options here. This one specifically does increase lightning damage, so we are going to use this one. We'll sell that. That is going to be going into storage here. That's fine. And, oops, while I'm here, I should actually put these away as well. Go ahead and store these. Check and see if there's anything else we need. That answer is no. That is resounding no. We're fine. Alright, so yeah, we're losing about a bonus 15% experience, but honestly, as you can probably surmise, not dying does more for our experience gains than anything else. You know, we never did get the other merchant over there, but I guess that doesn't really make a huge difference. I think I forgot completely about him, to be honest. I didn't do my skill point rotation. So pretty soon we're also going to be able to make those double-barreled pistols, or whatever they're called, that are specifically for demolitionists, that we can use. So we're going to actually pull out Flame Touched here. That's delightful. And here we are, Aura of Censure, which has the really delightful property of taking up extremely little energy, even at max level. It's delightful. It's absolutely phenomenal, and we have a nice long-range attack if we really need it. Granted, it is temporary, but at this early stage of the build, that's fine. That's all we really need. Next, we'll be working on the Storm Spread. Actually, since we have all of the Inquisitor max, we'll probably work on the few... Okay, this is really inappropriate, thank you. We'll probably be working on the group of Inquisitor stuff we need, since that does not require any additional investment. We don't particularly, at this time, need any more stats. We have most of the stat upgrades we're going to need. Short term, long term, yeah, we'll have to add some. I'm sorry, not stat. Well, stat points, I guess, is the operating term, but attribute points is the specific official term. But anyways, we've got most of the attribute points we're going to need. There'll be some obviously increases later on through individual attribute points, but you'll notice we haven't used any of the 16 we have available. So for the past 16 level ups, we simply have not been utilizing any attribute points that we've been getting from our levels because we haven't really needed to. We've been focusing so much on increasing our Inquisitor level that we have not needed a large amount of attribute point investment at this point in time, which really allows you to, very carefully plan out if you really want to your attribute points, or do what I do and just save them up for when you need to equip a specific piece of equipment, and then you just slap the appropriate amount of attribute points on there in the meantime. This is usually how I roll, but, there are ways to do either. And I'm sure there are people out there who do a combination of improv and pre-planned builds. This is a semi-pre-planned build where I have kind of like the core foundations of it set, but the actual fine points are up in the air. The solemn mark, thank you. Oh, that is useless. I can already tell by its names. Uh-huh. We're gonna just do that, and not die. That'd be fantastic. Alright, we can probably eliminate... There you go. Alright, good. Move with that, because we don't want to be standing there taking that damage. And he's dead. It really, I mean, there's some of that was the conflagration, but we'll eventually be able to not need conflagration. It's kind of where we're working to get. Now, this is interesting. Besides the increased armor and the increased elemental resistance, do we need artifact handling? No. To illustrate, artifact handling increases the two runes, the Rune of Hagorod and the Rune of Callistor. We are not intending to use either of these in this build. You can, if you want, absolutely splash the Rune of Callistor in here. That works fine. But I don't intend on doing either. However, the fact that this first off increases fire and lightning damage, which we are already doing, plus gives us better resistances that we honestly, admittedly, don't need, but better armor, and we have plus 5% health. We don't do Aether damage, so that's a completely moot point on the current shoulder guards, but we're not really going to put any components onto this, because, quite frankly, this isn't ideal. This will cover us if we do drop, or if we swap the gloves out or something for some other piece of equipment that does not have the elemental resistance that it offers, because these obviously offer us a decent amount, then that'll cover us there, but that's a fairly big if at this particular point, since elemental resistance is an extremely common stat to be generated on equipment. I find it everywhere. And even if I don't find complete elemental resistance, it's very common that I'll find one of the elements at least resisted on a piece. So there is that as well. We're just going to come down here. Now you can see the benefits of Aura of Censure here. Keep in mind that Aura of Censure is also decreasing elemental resistance, so your lightning damage, its own damage, and any future lightning damage you do is also going to be increased. Now, does this mean you cannot focus on the physical or internal trauma side of things? Absolutely not. If you wanted to focus on the physical or internal trauma portion of the build, because the build can actually pick one or the other, you would simply pick the Aura of Conviction instead, which increases physical pierce internal trauma. And the point here obviously is that, oh look, we do lightning and physical and internal trauma and some substantial electrocute. It equally increases physical and lightning damage. At this particular point, you can either go full on into flame touched or just go right into temper, put a point here, go into temper. That's fine. If you want to go into Fire Strike, which I intend to do, you have Fire and Physical. With Explosive Strike, you have more Physical and more Fire. With Static Strike, you have added lightning damage and some fire, so Static Strike is a bit more in line if you want to go with the Elemental. But if you wanted to stick with the Physical and Internal Trauma, you could go into Granado. You could go into Canister Bomb. you have options. But if you want to, basically whichever one you want to go into, be it the elemental or the physical and pierce and internal trauma, you just pick whichever one of these two works for you. The build works rather similarly. The only real major difference is, and the reason why I'm going to build the elemental one just because I personally prefer it. They're equal in terms of effectiveness. With Aura of Conviction and the focus on physical pierce and internal trauma, you're looking at a greater emphasis on activating your own abilities, on actively doing damage. Whereas with the elemental build, there is a certain amount of passive retaliation. For example, I could just stand here and Aura of Conviction will kill this guy as an example. I don't have to sit there, but I can. And if you go into Vindictive Flame, and especially Ulzuin's Wrath, you're going to be doing even more passive damage. So it comes down to essentially what kind of damage you want to do. Now, if you're going to be playing with allies, the elemental one might be a little bit better, in all honesty, because you are going to be decreasing elemental resistance. Obviously, Aura of Conviction does not do this. This is a little bit more of a personal increase, whereas Aura of Censure is a much wider... It disrupts enemies' skills for a second, it reduces their damage. This is a bit more team-focused. This probably is one of the reasons why I have a personal preference for this build, is because I do play a lot with my family. So I probably do have a tendency to prioritize team-based skills a little bit more than I would say most. So there is that. Not that this build cannot work extremely well by itself. Like I said, Aura of Censure does have the happy benefit of being equally as important for its own damage output and for the survival of the user itself. So it doesn't really matter. If you're playing alone, they're equally as effective. But if you're playing with other people, there is a mild emphasis on the usefulness and utility of the elemental build. It is a little bit better for multiplayer, but beyond that, it's not really that significant, and it's only really better if your allies are also intending on going into some substantial investment into some form of elemental damage. So if somebody is playing, say, a Soldier Nightblade, and that was the only person you were playing with, maybe it wouldn't be so important for you to use the elemental side of this setup. But ultimately, it comes down to what you personally want, your personal opinion. If you wanted to be the tankier version of this, probably, yeah, you're going to want to go with, well, it doesn't really make a huge difference, but Aura of Conviction is slightly better for tankiness, just because it has that physical resistance added on there. So that does help quite a decent bit in not dying, since most enemies deal physical damage in some capacity. Whether it's all or part of their damage is entirely the question, but at least some portion of their damage will be physical, with some certain extremely rare exceptions. Pretty much anytime you're getting shot, that is usually going to be pierce damage. Sometimes it's also some other damage type. For example, these guys are dealing fire and physical. Fire and pierce, I'm pretty sure. So there is that. Do keep that in mind, but yeah, we're going to be going with the elemental build just because it's just what I'm more comfortable with, it's what I'm more familiar with, it's what I just simply personally prefer, just from my experiences playing it with family, which is typically where I discover a lot of these builds anyways, because when you're playing with family, and this is an interesting question, I addressed this somewhat in the Taken's walkthrough, but Grim Dawn multiplayer is somewhat lambasted for being too easy, and that's not 100% accurate. I'm not saying it's difficult. It absolutely is easier, but it's easier in specific contexts. You see, in case you didn't know, or you didn't watch the Taken's walkthrough, or you simply passed over the video in which I talked about this in the Taken's walkthrough, which is equally possible, essentially speaking, the Grim Dawn multiplayer increases the maximum health of enemies based upon the number of players by, I believe, about 25% per additional player past the first one. That's fine. Nothing is done with their damage, though. So, And nothing is done with their resistances either. Excuse me. So, essentially speaking, what you've got is, if you're alone, you're pretty much doomed. If you're in a multiplayer situation, and you're with your friends, and you're traipsing off by yourself, you're going to die, because the monsters will have at least 25% more health, and you may not be able to deal that much damage and survive, especially on Ultimate, where monster health is way higher. So, that is a potential issue. And it is fairly interesting in that it is somewhat easy, in Veteran even, to start a multiplayer situation, wander off by yourself, knowing that the monsters are going to be a little bit beefier, doing really well, getting really cocky, and forming an extremely dangerous habit of wandering off by yourself into the wild blue yonder in a multiplayer game in Elite and Ultimate, and dying numerous times. I have had this problem. I have overcome this problem, having played this game with a lot of multiplayer for absolute years, at least 2 or 3. I can't remember specifically when I started playing this game. I probably have it somewhere in my Steam library. My Steam knows. Anywho, now that I've thoroughly started myself into next week, yes. This is primarily the issue here, is that if you're not used to playing multiplayer, and you start a multiplayer with someone, and you continue it on through higher difficulties, you're going to find yourself getting stomped down by yourself very quickly, because you don't have the capacity to kill monsters in Elite or Ultimate, depending on how strong your build and equipment are at that point, with the extra 25% or more health. It's just not very easy. You have to build somewhat specifically, and this is also why I often emphasize abilities that deal percentage of health damage. Frankly, in multiplayer situations, they will save your life. They will make difficult situations much easier. I am talking about Bloody Pox, which does substantially more damage the more people are playing, simply because there is more HP to be percentage of health taken from. And I will make the argument that certain classes in multiplayer are substantially stronger, and that is any class that has a reliable and effective percentage of health damage deal. I'm talking Occultist, I'm talking Nightblade, you know, these kinds of classes. You know them all well. I forgot to equip this. There we go. But that's really why I sometimes emphasize percentage of health more than maybe other people would. Essentially comes down to the simple fact that I play a lot of multiplayer. Roughly half of my playtime, if not more, is multiplayer in this game with family members. And so I have developed an admittedly slightly skewed perception of certain skills, but they carry over really well into future difficulties. You cannot tell me that as you go up in difficulty levels, that Bloody Pox gets weaker. It doesn't. That is percentage of health damage. It is remaining maybe not exactly consistent, because there is some flat damage on there. There is some consistent damage values. The percentage of health simply doesn't care. So Bloody Pox, as an ability, and as an example ability that does percentage of health damage, Bloody Pox will always, throughout your Grim Dawn career with that character, remain a useful and relevant skill, regardless of your difficulty, context, or situation. There is never a moment where you will say, oh boy, I really wish I didn't build Bloody Pox. And there are a lot of other skills like this. I am going to talk about Execution, because I did mention Nightblade in the same breath as Occultist, but the problem with Execution is two. First off, you do have to dedicate a surprisingly large amount of points to get to it, and actually level it up to the point where it will trigger often enough to even be relevant. Second, it does trigger. So as much as I love Execution, and as cool as it can be to wipe bosses out with the use of Execution, increased attack speed buffs, and etc., at the end of the day, it's not the guaranteed damage output source that pretty much every other percentage of health damage ability is. I am stuck here. There we go. So you do have to keep that pretty in mind. Hello. I don't do bleeding damage, but it seems like it's going to be a slightly better... Nope. The reason why that's a nope is because I really want the increased experience gain. That is very important right now in Veteran. while we have it. Anyways, this takes care of the Pine Barrens quests, so we have that all done, which is really nice. Let me see. We don't need that. We don't need that. Actually, wait, no, I have only taken off 2 of the Explorer's set, so I'm only in a 10% less loss. Anyways, so that is why I do somewhat emphasize some of these abilities more than probably other players would. But yeah, they also scale really great into higher difficulties, so they're never a bad choice. We have to report all these to you. And there we go. Now we're going to go right into Storm Spread. The only other abilities I'm really thinking I'm going to go into will be, for now, Inquisitor Seal and Word of Renewal and Bursting Round. Now, right off the top, I am looking specifically into Storm Spread and then Bursting Round. There are 2 reasons for this. As it stands, and as you may notice, my energy regen is really good right now. I roughly get my full energy back by the time my stun jacks get back up. Approximately. This means that if I were to slap on something like Inquisitor Seal, then we're having a slightly different conversation. Inquisitor Seal will be a slightly larger drain on my energy in total once I get it up into the higher levels. So at this particular point in time, I have nice, easy, free increase to my damage output with Storm Spread and with Bursting Round without damaging my energy regen, and in the meantime I can, stockpile some resources, get myself to a point where maybe I can increase my energy regen even further if I need to, or just straight up increase my spirit even more to the point where I can sustain more energy usage. That's really where I'm going with this at this point in time. So we are going to go with the passive abilities that just automatically trigger, because at this particular junction, my energy consumption is fantastic, and I don't want to push that right now. And besides the fact, I do want to have some more consistent methods of damaging people in the melee range, and obviously that means Storm Spread right now, because that is incredibly potent in the melee range. So that is where we are going to be taking this. So now we shall, of course, pop over to Sorrow's Bastion, since there is absolutely nothing in the, what is that called? The fallow fields. There's nothing we need there. We're going to go on ahead, and I probably should have picked up some seals of binding. I believe they asked for that right away. We're going to go ahead and put a rift down here just in anticipation of this. You're going to ask for seals of binding, aren't you? Yep. Alright. That's what I thought. Should have grabbed those before, but it slipped my mind until after the fact. But that's okay. That's just a quick jaunt to Devil's Crossing, in all honesty. So that's really where I'm going to be taking the build, at least for the short term, is I'm going to go for those 2 passive auto triggers. Yes, they're not 100% reliable, but again, between the 2 of them, there should be enough there that I'm not really going to need to worry. And both do increase their effectiveness the closer the enemy is to them. That includes explosive rounds, where maybe enemies will be spread out when they start approaching you, but once they get into melee range, they're all obviously standing next to each other trying to surround you, so explosive shot, or whatever it's called, bursting round, begins to slap harder, which you want. Again, this is a melee pistol build, so now we're going to wander into the Blood Grove and slay some fools. This probably won't take too long, mostly because a lot of this area is going to be pretty quick to run through. Although I will concede my resistances to Vitality and Chaos are horrifically bad, which is somewhat troubling, but I think we can get through it. First thing we're going to do is go for the Witch, because quite frankly, she's really easy to find, and then we can go into Morton's Claim right afterwards, take care of the Ghost guy. It's just a really quick jaunt. And then from there we can punch right into the middle of the Blood Grove and kill, what's his name? And get the farmers. What is his name? Bolvar, that's it. His or her name, I don't actually know, whatever. Oh. Let's not stand in the Void Puddle, or the Chaos Puddle, or whatever you want to call it. We good? We have scrap here. There we go. We're just gonna run right over here. Hello. Wipe you guys out. Hello, you've got friends. That's cute. Now, early on, obviously, because it's not fully leveled, Storm Spread isn't going to really trigger that often, but then again, it is free, so we don't really need to care. Here she is. I didn't even need to pay attention to whatever that guy on the right was name. There we go. And this is also one of the reasons why, if you have at least one of the merits, use it, because you can go and visit the Conclave and kind of get... You can go just right over there and get that experience right away if you really want to. I'm not going to. I'm going to save it up for later on in the game. I don't need it right now. I am actually roughly where I need to be in level. And again, I don't want to over-level too drastically here, which it is very possible to do, obviously. So we're going to take this zone a little slow. Okay, random hero. And goodbye. And we're just going to run up on you and take you out really quick. Okay, now you've got this down, so that's fine. Slap you in the face with these. We're good. There we go. Run right up. Well, actually, we'll take care of you first. There we go. Lightning bolts from the Storm Guard shoulder guards, or whatever they're called, is nice, but again, the actual piece of equipment itself is not going to be too worthwhile to keep on permanently. What is this? Rock City? Excuse me. Couldn't have a nice quick trip to Morton's Claim. We had to go 12 miles around. Sweet. There we go. And what's all this? Who's fighting up here? I think one of my comrades died, but that's kind of whatever. They go nuts anyways. Lots of Chthonic Seals of Binding, which is really important, because I only had 3 last time I checked. That's 3 right there, so that'll bring me up to 6, which is really nice. There we go. There's a hero here. Let's see if we can take these guys out really quick. There we go. Yeah, get nice and close into me, huh? Come on. There we go. Complete success. Just go ahead and do this really quick. Hey, chump. Oop. Didn't pick the shortcut answer. Silly me. Okay. And we're going to bring it right on. Now, he's doing Aether and Vitality. We have really inferior resistances to both of those. I think he's also doing some cold. I think the blue fire is cold and fire damage, which of course is elemental, so we really don't care because our elemental resistance is abnormally high. We still don't want to stand in it because that's just free damage we're taking for no reason. We're just going to use our Constitution, don't even need a potion, and then we've just finished this guy off. Some good shots from the Storm Spread there. Cleaned him up nicely there. Excellent, excellent. I'm just going to go ahead and crack open this dude's chest. There it is. Ooh, give me those. There we go. And there we go. Fortunately, there's not a whole lot of point investment in those. They're only 10 points, which is about a medium amount, I guess. A little on the lower end, which is fine. And we're just going to punch right through to the center of the Blood Grove. Just take care of the whole... I don't even know what that was about, but okay. Thanks, shoulder pads. Oh, those are my guys. Now let's see. Hello. I forgot I'm supposed to be looking for the Black Legion corpses too. Whoops. Totally forgot about that. I haven't talked to the actual person yet, so they're not going to show up on the map right now. Unless I just don't have the Black Legion reputation, which I may not. No, I do have the reputation, so... Yep, there's one. Alright. Alright, none in here, which is fine. There's a totem down there, which is fantastic. We're going to go and get that. That was nice. Oh, here's Bolvar, I think. This is Bolvar, right? Actually, we don't even need to pay any attention. You're just going to die. The really nice thing about Aura of Censure is that it'll wipe out all these little enemies and me. I was banking too much on the fire damage from Aura of Censure there, clearly. We're just going to go on ahead and rift really quickly to Homestead and have a chat with the person with the Black Legion insignias, because it is easier to find them, obviously, if you can see them on the map. So we're just going to go ahead and do that really quick. It's this person up here, I think. Yeah. If only I could get not stuck on the stairs. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. So, off we go. Did I put down a rift up there? Or no. Nope. Well, I put one, in front of the doorway to the Kimmon's place. Let me see. Fastest way to where I died. We'll just cut through, I think, would be best. We might cut through a little on the left because that's where the totem was. Also, I have the opportunity of running into more Black Legion remains and or some more Archthonic Seals of Binding, which I obviously need to restock on because I only have 3. And that is not enough. Well, I actually only have 6, but same effect. I think your skeleton died, dude. There you go. All kinds of fights going on. Just take care of you a lot with Storm Spread there. Nice. There's a fight going on up there that I can't join because there's a root or a tree in my way or something. Hey, nice. Free Chthonic Seal Binding. This is a ripoff, and I'm going to lodge a complaint to the manager of the forest. I want to see the manager of this forest. These are very inconvenient places for rocks to be put, and we should have less of this. We're actually going to go this way. We're going to do a wide spread because I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of people that I just need dead, so it doesn't really matter who they hit. There we go. Get rid of you. There we go. Nice. We having a problem here? Yep. That was a resounding yes. But not anymore. Come here. Gone. Nice. Let's see what you can do. Nothing. Get out of here. Behold my awesome powers. I merely almost died there. There we go. I also need to find the farmers as well. Nice job, shoulder pads. Not that it matters much, but whatever. Here are the farmers. Perfect. Rift these streams back. There we go. Grab another... How many of these do I need left? Okay, I need one more. Oh wait, the totem's right here. I'll probably put down a rift right here. Alright, you hold on to your horses there. Hold up. Yeah. You're spitting all kinds of vomit at me. It's fine. I don't have the health for this yet. Pardon me. That was a bad throw, but it should work to kill one of these guys. Or not. There we go. Let's not die, thank you. Perfect. You'll just die from my fire. You'll just die from everything I've got. We're good. Alright. Good. That went really well overall. Interesting gloves, not good enough though. The resistances aren't as good. A lot of these are not stuff we need. Actually, another thing here is what we need, because right now my Herald set is going to be doing me a lot more good than those would. Right, now we're going to make a run for it, because clearly these things showed me last time that they are not to be trifled with. Ooh. Yeah, if we could not die, that'd be great. Alright. I mean, they do die quickly, but combined with my... If I had better resistances, this would be... I wouldn't even need to be running around like this. The resistances are just too low for this fight, really, is what it comes down to. The fact that they all gathered up for me right there was awesome. Let's... There we go. Alright, yeah, we're gonna hide behind the tree really quick, use the Constitution here. Decent throw, decent throw. I saw a couple of them go wild, but that was a terrible throw, but it got the job done. Which was take care of the little cronies. Oh, nope. Nope. We're fine, we're fine. Goodbye. Alright. Yeah, that was mostly an issue of not having the resistances I needed. Thanks for the crappy gun. Oh, anyways, pick up my grave and find one more Black Legion soldier corpse, which is apparently not to be found. There's one. Alright, good enough. There we go. Hey! Free note, thanks. There we go. And Black Legion Soldier, there we go, Black Legion Insignia. Alright, we have everything we need, so we're going to just go back and report the whole kit and caboodle. Do we have the Guyver's Mill quest yet? No, not yet, okay.
I am told that when the Legion was forced to abandon...
Yep, that's fine. And we're going to give you the... Come here. Those are done. And... You're the Guyver's Mill, so we got to talk to you. And then, I think probably the last thing we'll do really quick before I end the episode, I know we're over an hour, but it's not going to take me that much longer, is just do the Guyver's Mill really quick. I just want to talk to Brother Illuvius at Sarah's Bastion. Report that in. And probably get the Fort Quest. If I get the Fort Quest, I should get the Fort Quest, actually. I may do those. Yeah, I might save those for next episode. Because they're going to be in the same localized area, and then do Darkvale Gate right afterwards. That might be a bit more effective. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, but I have the Blessing, so I could just use that really quick. Yeah, it might be smarter, at least for the time being, to extend the episode out into... Because this is increasing my fire damage, which obviously is what I do anyways. So we're just going to go ahead and take advantage of this really quick. Go clear Guyver's Mill, go clear the fort. We'll go clear the fort first, because that can be somewhat of an interesting and difficult fight, so we'll just run this up really quick. Make this well, I mean, we did have the 3-day weekend, so maybe I'll just make this a slightly longer episode. And we'll just run on up here. Just take care of the issue really quick. And just kind of blitz through here really quick. That's random, but okay. Okay. Yeah, you've got Drain Essence. Talk to someone who cares. That was a really wild throw that very accidentally worked out really well for me. That was a trash throw. That still somehow worked out. There we go. That's right, I want to play with you. Come on, guy. Boom. What do you got, punk? Ta-da! Oh wait, I'm level 37. I should probably make that gun really quick, or those two guns, because those are going to pretty massively increase my damage output, so we're going to do that really quick. Because that's a pretty substantial damage increase. So we're actually going to do two things here. We're first off going to actually make the guns, which we need flint core bolts for. We're going to need 2 of these. Actually, really quick, we should probably sell the green stuff we have to make sure we have all of the money we need in case somehow this goes south. Okay. First off, we're going to make these. Oh, no, that's right. I needed 2 flint core bolts. Now, normally I would say, yeah, these would be, you know, great to slap on here and everything, but what we're actually going to want to use is the enchanted flint for these. I can't because they're for melee weapons, never mind. For some bizarre reason, it was in my head that I could use those for the guns as well, but I can't, so we're just going to go with flint core and Hellsbane ammo. Now, the reason why we're not doubling up on Hellsbane ammo is because, just to make sure that these aren't useless. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Yeah, see, this isn't a great one because it increases Raging Tempest. So we're going to want to make another one of these just to see. Yeah, see, that one's better. This one, well, this one does straight up more elemental damage. This one's obviously great there. This one's not quite as good. We're going to try one more time. That's absolute trash. Probably shouldn't be making too many more of these, depending on how many flint core bolts we could theoretically make here. Oh, we can make tons of these, so we're going to go ahead and kind of go ballistic here a little bit. That one's not bad. That one's actually pretty good. Yeah, we're going to go with that one. That's fine. Sell these back for some return on my investment. And I need another flint core bolt. I could go into Devil Touched ammo, but there's really no justifiable reason to. Yes, it does a decent amount of fire damage. Theoretically speaking, it does more fire damage. Actually, what might be even better... I don't think I could make... I cannot, but we can get really stinking close. This would be better, though. Not necessarily. So now comes the question of, do we want to go into the flint core bolts, or do we want to just stick with the Devil Touched ammo, despite the fact that we're not going to be doing any kind of chaos damage? And this is a really interesting question, but ultimately, it does make more sense to use the Devil Touched ammo in this particular junction. You have a slightly increased fire and burn damage, although you don't have the flat increase in fire and burn damage. The increase in fire and burn damage here is very slight. And although Greater Fire Blast does do some good fire damage, Devil Touched ammo, even the Demon's Breath, does more. This also drains health to some extent as well, and this just does substantially less damage. So we're actually going to straight up attach this here, and we're going to straight up attach this here. So even though it might seem like, oh, you know, I do fire damage, that's not where I wanted to put that. I do fire damage, and I should therefore be using flint core bolts. Please, heck don't. Even though this kind of bothers me personally a little bit, which is why I kind of sometimes I'll go with the flint core bolts just because I feel better about it. But in terms of, and I have to be at least fully disclosed with you because this is a walkthrough, this is the intention of this. Demon's Breath will beat for beat, do more damage every day of the week in terms of pure fire damage than Flame Core bolts will. So the Demon's ammo, or whatever it's called, the Devil Touched ammo, thank you, is always going to be more fire damage. You may not use the chaos damage, but it is a really nice little benefit for those enemies that happen to not do well against chaos damage. You will find actually it helps you out a little bit more against ethereals, who generally don't do well against chaos damage as a broad rule. Don't use this as like a hard and fast fact. It's just a general rule that ethereals have a hard time with chaos damage, and generally do okay to good against elemental damage. It really depends on the ethereal enemy you're facing at the time. So this will give you some benefit in that direction. Now, if I were to recommend purely based on damage output potential, I would say the Silver Core ammo, but honestly, since these aren't legendary weapons at the very least, or epic, these aren't epic or legendaries, we will be replacing these at some point in the future. The Silver Core bolts are a pretty substantial investment. Yes, you can remove them, but that costs bits, which I do have a lot of at this time. I may just go on ahead and do that. This requires a bit of farming. So, I could go either way on that. Might do that. But then it's still going to be an increase in piercing damage that I'm not necessarily focusing on. Silver Core bolts are a no-brainer if you're focusing on the pierce physical and internal trauma. If you're focusing on that, then Silver Core bolts, I don't care what happens. Don't double up on them, though. Try not to double up on any one attachment that gives you or grants you an ability, because frankly, you only get the one. Usually, you only get the one use of the ability. It doesn't really make a difference. Like having 2 electrifying weapons doesn't make a whole lot of sense, which is why you don't double up on that. I may wind up switching to the Silver Core bolts. It is an interesting question. It is slightly more damage. It is 5% damage to all my damage types, which would make more sense for the lightning. But then it is a much heavier investment, and do I really need 5% more damage on my fire and 35% more on my lightning? It's a question. Do I really need the increased pierce damage? It's a question. I've run my numbers. I've run my numbers, and if you've been thinking, it sounds like you need these. Yeah, I kind of do. But we do need to grab some extras first. We need more Aether Crystals. So we're going to go get more Aether Crystals. Oh, these are too weak. Hold on. Alright, I know where we need to go for this. Now, I believe we need 8 more? No, the problem is that there's no really good place with which to farm these right now because this is veteran. So we're actually going to wait on this because farming right now would push the episode a little longer than I would like it to be. I have my benefit right now, my little, Timon's Chosen, or whatever their name is again, benefit here that I don't want to lose right now, so we're going to wait on this. Hello, let me just almost die really quick, it's fine. Besides the fact, like I said, it's a little tough in veteran to farm for any kind of item, really, technically speaking. So we're gonna wait. Will I eventually use Silver Core bolts? Absolutely. Absolutely. But right now, I don't have what I need for it, and I don't have an easy way to farm for them either. So we'll just take that slow. We'll let the Aether Crystals come to us as we go along. No big hurry on this. We'll get it done. So while I still have the benefit, I'm going to go and whack Gryver's Mill really quick, and then I'm going to see if I can blitz through Darkvale Gate as quickly as possible and see if I can use this on the boss there as well. It should be an interesting little race. So we'll see what we do here. We'll see how this goes. There we go. I'm not personally expecting to make it through Darkvale Gate in time. It's a decently large area. Probably has a totem in it that I'll want to stop and do. But we do have some benefits right here that could allow us to get through this quick. We'll definitely have to see. I'm already almost at the mill, so that's fairly encouraging. I think I'm going the long way around when I don't need to be. I think this is the mill. What are you doing? No, this isn't the mill yet. Goodbye. You'll have to get over the fact that I'm an unbeliever. No, here's the mill. Nice level up. Conflagration our way through this really quick. Let's see, yep. Max that out. Yeah, okay, we've cleared that out, so that's fine. We have a decent amount of time left on this thing, so let's see if we can run this really quick. Alright, let's see how far we can take this. Alright, good, that's good. Oop, hello. Good. Alright. Run up here. Oh, this is an easy sweep right there. And we run like maniacs. There's going to be a book we can read here, which is fine. Read this really quick. Open this chest. There we go. Make sure there's no extra potions. Nope, alright. Take care of that problem. Oh, this way's cut off. That's unfortunate, but we can deal. We can absolutely deal with that. Not the end of the world. Here we go. Scorched runes. Terrible. Okay. We'll probably go up there and grab that dynamite really quick. Take care of these guys. Take care of these guys really quick. Conflagration is really nice at this point because you can just absolutely beam down an area, wipe out absolutely everything that moves in all of 2 seconds. It's fantastic. You know, that guy's going to take too long, so we're just going to run it. Let me see, I anticipate I have about 15 minutes left on this, if not less. That's alright. Just take care of this little problem right here. Goodbye. Open these up while I get my energy back a little bit here. Wipe the area. Beautiful. Goodbye. Alright, we run this real quick. And let me see here. There we go. We're just going to run this here. Another really nice thing is that because of the Aura of Censure, you don't really need to worry too much about people kind of attacking you at melee while you're using this, because the Aura of Censure will take care of the problem. There is, of course, a totem there that we'll want to take care of really quick. Goodbye. Let's see if we can take care of this in a speedy, calm manner. No. This is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly pretty quickly, I imagine. That was a terrible throw, too. That was a better throw. That took care of the big guy. I don't think you get stunned. You do not. Whoop. Actually, wait. There we go. Okay, so he died. We come back here. We grab this stuff up. We're going to go in here and open this chest up really quick. Nice. I think I can actually make this. You just go away now. Boom. Excellent. Let's check some of this stuff as we go through. That's a no. That's a no. Definitely not. Heck no, and no. Alright, so that was a bunch of useless stuff, but we got some experience, so I guess that's fine. I know where they're going, but alright. They're probably going to try to take the, come at me from behind, which is fine. Yeah, there they are. You can just stand here. Do that. He's already dead. He died too quick. Boom. Problem solved. Now also keep in mind that my fire damage has been boosted by the Kimmin's Chosen, so that's kind of why I'm hitting like a steam train right now. Part of the reason why, anyways. Gonna go ahead and pop open this secret, because at this point I'm pretty confident I'm gonna make it in time to the boss. You just keep on running. Let's not stand in the chaos vortex, though. Oh, a hero. Not anymore. I didn't sign up for this. Hold up. Hold on there. I'm out of energy. Deeply disturbing. Oh, dragging in a whole audience. Okay, let's take out these guys first, because they're just painting. There we go. And then take care of this whole problem. Actually, you're just going to be easier to run up on and take out this way. Alright. Now, we don't have... Oh, we do have a Vitality, so we're going to go ahead and use that. Don't have a Chaos, though. Do have this we can use. And one of these. Nice of them all to gather up like that for me. Excellent. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up, guy. Give me a second. There you go. Problem solved. At least round one is. Health potion. Okay, you're doing that now, so that's fine. I don't care about your little tentacles, honestly. Oh, I do care about these other guys, though. And these. I'm gonna make it. Nice. Yep, there it goes. Alright, we have successfully utilized the temporary buff to the maximum that we could carry this off with, so that's really nice. We're not going to be able to do anything else really important with this, so we're going to just end the episode after I report these in. I don't use those. But yes, we were able to use that to hasten our journey through this nice and quick. That is the second Shoulder Guards of Perdition I've gotten. What is this? In the Darkvale Gate, I got some just, what was it, the totem, I think? It was not that long ago. So we're going to pop the homestead, report in all the stuff we need to report in. And then we're just going to end the episode there. Nice, clean, hour and a half-ish episode.
Why do you have to bless? I've already informed.
We're now respected with homestead, which is delightful. And let me see. Yeah, we need to be honored, I think, before we get the benefit of Devil's Crossing, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and report this in. Alright, that is pretty fantastic. We'll go ahead and sell our crap. But yeah, that was a lot. We did a lot here in this episode. It went really smoothly. Once you get Aura of Conviction, this build really starts to pop off. That elemental resistance really helps. Again, though, if you wanted to go into Aura of Conviction instead, not... Is it Aura of Conviction? Yes, I'm correct. I have a bit of a problem with names. Anyways... Aura of Conviction, if you want the physical Pierce Internal Trauma, it does not make a difference. Both are pretty effective. Like I said, just to recap, for multiplayer, it is a little bit more effective if you go into the elemental one, the one that I'm going into, but if you want to go into this one, that's totally fine. They're almost equivalent in potential damage output. They're both pretty delicious. They just do their damage increases in different ways. This straight increases your damage. This decreases the enemy's resistance instead and gives you some flat damage slapped on there. So it's fairly minor difference. It's just a matter of elemental or not elemental. So as we level up, we are going to be increasing Storm Spread. This will require one more point because we have the Heralds set on, and we're going to start in on Bursting Round, finish that, and then we're going to go into Inquisitor Seal, get this all the way up to Arcane Empowerment, and at that point we will be going into Word of Renewal, Vigor, and Steel Resolve. And just because Steel Resolve offers us a lot of fantastic benefits, the whole healing thing, and then we're going to switch over to Demolitionist. We're going to increase the Demolitionist level to 20, and we're going to pick up Fire Strike, Explosive Strike. I might do Static Strike, I'm not sure yet, but I will definitely be doing these two. At the very least, I will be doing Flame Touch, and I will be doing Vindictive Flame and Ulzwin's Wrath. I may do Temper. It depends on how many points I have left. I may also do Deadly Aim in the future. Again, that really depends. I'm not sure yet, but that's what we're going to run with at this point in time. I may actually, once I'm done with Bursting Round, really quickly grab Fire Strike and Explosive Strike at the very least, because those will really help my, cheap damage. Yes, this does use energy, but it only uses a couple of points per shot. I think it uses 5 or 10 per shot. It's not that much. And of course, here, this is just added on damage for free. So we'll go into these once I'm done with Bursting Round for more cheap damage, and then I'm going to go into Inquisitor Seal, because by that point we should be all set on that. And then after Inquisitor Seal, we'll do Vindictive Flame and Ulzwin's Wrath, unless this might be a little better because it increases our total speed. I don't know, we'll have to think about it between episodes. But Knee Jerk, finish up Storm Spread, which is one more point, Bursting Round, either Vindictive Flame into Ulzwin's Wrath, or Fire Strike into Explosive Strike, whichever one I don't do first, I do second. Then Inquisitor Seal, Word of Renewal, Flame Touch, possibly Temper, possibly Static Strike after that. That's basically how I'm looking at running this so far. So with that being as for where we're going next episode, did we ever? No, we did not return to Birth of the Eluvius. So actually, I want to go and report that in really quick. That'll push us over to level 39 at the very least. But next episode, I'll probably be doing a lot of. No, we can't really do a whole lot of Anasteria's. See, I don't want to do much of Anasteria's stuff until we're roughly level 50, because a lot of her quests involve the key dungeons, which you generally want to tackle at least at level 50, so you have a stronger chance of getting some really good epic and legendary stuff, while obviously I can do the first one, which is just getting the Bloodhunter's Fang from the easternmost marshes, or whatever they're called. That one is going to be, obviously, one we do right there and then, and, of course, we'll also need to do the Path of the Three, which we have not started. Overall. So, what we're going to do next episode is we're going to rift to Fort Ikon and go ahead and clear that out, talk to Inquisitor Creed there, do the Tomb of the Archon while we're there, and then clear the barracks, of course. When it comes time, once we've cleared the barracks of Fort Ikon and we've done the Tomb of the Archon, we'll go ahead and go through the Path of the Three really quick. And maybe we do the Fang of the Bloodhunter, maybe not. It depends on how much time we have. And then once we're done with that, since we probably won't be level 50 by that point, I anticipate we'll be roughly 43, I would say. We'll ignore the rest of Anasteria's quests for now, go right to the Tomb of the Watchers, finish the main campaign, move on to the Gloom Wall, deal with the 2 quests there, etc., etc. So with that being said, thank you all very much for joining me. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, what have you, please leave them down in the comments below. I do read them. Thank you all very much for watching and or listening, and have a great 24 hours. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Gotta always mention that. It's YouTube, but what would this video be without mentioning that? Thank you all very much.